Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you that you are recommended to turn your camera on and change the virtual background to the FISM 2023 poster. Please mute your microphone to avoid any noise and interruptions during this session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to all distinguished judges, panelists and all participants.
Voice.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to the distinguished educators, panelists and all participants. Before we begin, I am pleased to introduce our panel of judges today. The first judge is Dr. Sharifah Heryati Binti Syed, Senior Lecturer at the Faculty of Business Administration, Universiti Teknologi UiTM Puncak. The second judge is Associate Professor Dr. Norhaziah Binti Nawai, Senior Lecturer at the Faculty of Economic and Muamalat, Universiti Sains Malaysia USIM. And last but not least, Dr. Andi Triyawan, Lecturer at the Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Darussalam Gontor, UNIDA Gontor. All praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to gather virtually through the Zoom platform today to participate in our competition. The title of our competition is Exploring the Dynamics of Currency and Economic Influences. I am Afiq Arshad. I have been assigned to be your host for this session. Before we start, I would like to introduce this competition. The objective of this competition is to explore and express the dynamics of currency and economic influences. This competition also aims to develop students' knowledge about currency and also the economic influences. The concept of this activity is that participants in a group will send a proposal by following the format provided by the committee in this program and create the idea based on problem identification and also problem limitations. For the information of all finalists and all participants, the evaluation for the scoring of this presentation will refer to the following scoring criteria. For video, 10 marks for creativity, 15 marks for content, 5 marks for teamwork, and time management for 5 marks. For slide, creativity carries 10 marks, formative restriction carries 5 marks, and last but not least, when we total out all these criteria, it will turn to 50 marks as a whole. Also, the evaluation for the scoring of the live competition are first, information, structure, analysis and interpretation, relevant and accurate evidence, presentation skills, time management, and last but not least is the group skill. Next, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce all the finalists for our competition today. Therefore, let us take a look on the finalist teaser that have been prepared by the committee for FISM 2023. Let's enjoy.
Currency is a medium of exchange.
There's a lot of benefits using TNG Eworld.
This digital era, transactions of buying and selling services.
Digital currencies are in
Now, let's go through the summary advice of the banking.
Today I would like to talk about that.
I will present I will make a video.
Thank you for the video. For the gentle reminder to all participants or finalists have only 5 to 10 minutes to present their presentation. And they will include an session that we'll use in 5 minutes. Therefore, I hope all finalists are ready to present their very genius idea today. So, without further ado, we would like to invite the first group from Universiti Sains Islam Malaysia, Muhammad Shafiq Aiman bin Muhammad Fitri, Muhammad Najwa Sakif bin Muhammad Nawawi, and Zikri Hazim bin Shamsul Hisham to present their idea. The floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hope all of you can see my slide.
Yes.
All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning. I wish to all of you. I hope all of you is doing very well today. So for today, we as a group, we will talk about, or we will present about e-wallet, the wallet of the future. Before we start, let me introduce our team members. First, myself, Muhammad Shafiq Aiman bin Muhammad Fitri. Second, Muhammad Najwan Sakif bin Muhammad Nawawi. Third, Zikri Azim bin Muhammad Shamsul Hisham. And three of us is from Universiti Sains Islam Malaysia. So without wasting any more time, so what is e-wallet? So e-wallet is basically a financial transaction application that runs on any connected device. It is securely store your payment information and passwords in the cloud, meaning to say the payment information and the password like credit card, debit card is stored online or in the cloud. The e-wallet is accessible from a mobile phone, tablet, and computer. So how does it work? So there are several ways that e-wallet works, but today I will present just one of it. The e-wallet works by quick response codes, or as known as QR code. So basically, a QR code is a type of barcode that can be read easily by a digital device and which store information as a series of pixels in a square-shaped grid. So the barcodes encode information into a black and white pattern. It can be accessed with the smartphones, and the payment apps can encode information, including the transaction amount and the intended recipient. So today, the e-wallet that we will discuss or we will present is Touch and Go e-wallet. So let me introduce what is the history of Touch and Go e-wallet. So Touch and Go e-wallet is operated by Touch and Go Sdn Bhd, which is a Malaysian company. It is first launched in 2017 as a reloadable electronic payment card. This app used QR code technology to make payment, and it was available to Android and iOS devices. The Touch and Go e-wallet is first to use for toll payments only, but it is expanded to include the payment of parking, public transportation, and retail purchases. In 2020, it had over 10 million users and processed over 1 billion ringgit in transaction. So for the next presentation, I will pass to the next presenter, which is Zikri Azim.
So next, why e-wallet is important. So firstly, the app of e-wallet allow for us for using the faster, more convenient and more secure transaction. The e-wallet secure our transaction by many safety features. And second, help reduce the number chances risk of fraud and other security threats. Maybe like scammer by share the link or share the link. And third, help users manage their finances more effectively. And for the last one, e-wallets eliminate the need for our carrying a physical wallet for transaction. By meaning, the e-wallet is a second option after our debit card or credit card. Next. So we move to the advantages of using the e-wallet Touch and Go. So first, we can easily top up online with our Touch and Go NFC card by only using the app. We just need to tap at the back our phone, and we put the number of amount to top up and just simply top up our card. And secondly, we can top up our prepaid bill for the daily usage by meaning mobile data and Wi-Fi is important to us wherever we go and every time and everywhere. And lastly, we can easily to track or track our expenses and purchases and see where the money is going by using the transaction history. And I will pass to the next presenter, Muhammad Najwan Sakif.
Thank you, Muhammad Azim. Okay, next for the disadvantages of using e-wallet. The first one is only NFC card can be top up online by using the app. This is example of limitation acceptance, where limitation acceptance is there could be limits on where we can use digital payments. We must know how to set up our wallet and use it. Since digital wallets depends on our device, there could be a risk and inconveniences associated with a lost or stolen or broken phone or device. The second point is for top-up prepaid bill, it took a long time and sometimes it can be floating. It is example for technical issues such as software bugs, network failures, or device malfunction can have an impact on digital wallets. This issue can make it difficult to access our digital wallet or make payments, which can be aggravating. The last point is the risk of digital theft. If a user device containing their digital wallet is lost or stolen, there is a potential for unauthorized access to their funds without any authentication required. However, even with a strong security measure in place, hackers can still find to exploit vulnerabilities and gain access to personal information and financial assets stored within these digital wallets. Hence, it is crucial for users to remain vigilant and take necessary precaution. Next, for conclusion, we conclude the digital wallet have the potential to change the way we make payment and manage our finances. They provide convenience, security, accessibility, make them appealing to many customers, such as become an increasing popular way to make transactions in recent years. Digital wallet give many benefits for users, and it also give more easier to make payments. However, there are also some drawbacks, such as limited acceptance, technical difficulties, and security concern. We can make an informed decision about whether or not to use digital wallet by understanding the pros and cons of them and taking precaution to use them safely. The decision is ours and it based on our needs and preferences. That's all from our group. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the first group from University Sains Islam Malaysia. Now let us proceed to the Q&A session from the judges and educators. So I pass the floor to the judges to ask question for the first group.
Okay, who want to go first? Me? Right.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the presentation. From me, I just have one question for the group one. So how do you see the competition among the e-wallet companies can give advantage to the customer?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The advantages that the companies of the e-wallets can give to their customer is, the first one is the affordability of the e-wallets. So nowadays, our people is want to the all thing we need to be easy. So with e-wallets, we can easily with e-wallets we can easily make a payment or make any purchases without having to carry wallet, because wallet, as we know, there are chances of missing wallets. So in the wallets we have IC, we have license. So the e-wallets can reduce the risk of missing wallet, a physical wallet, and also give the customer easy to make a payment or something else. The second point is the advantages that the companies of e-wallet can give to the customer is the e-wallet is easy to use. So for example, Touch and Go e-wallet or Boost or Settle app, it can make people life easy, because if let me give example. If Settle, Settle is the e-wallet by the Petronas. So if we go to the petrol station, we don't need to queue for make payment for fuel to make a fuel. So we just tap in the e-wallet Settle to make a transaction there. So it make people easy to make their things. So that's all from me.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, thank you for your presentation, group one. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Just one question. What do you think? Is it this e-wallet is a friendly approach to senior citizen? You get my question?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So for this question, I know, and all of we know that there are limitation of using e-wallet, because not all of us, especially the senior citizen, that not aware or do not know how to use e-wallet. So I think for this limitation or for these challenges, the companies of e-wallets can make the payment or can make the interface more user friendly to all level of citizen. So I think the senior citizen is, as for now, is not very capable or very want to use the e-wallet app, but we need to look at the bigger scope or bigger scope, that we are towards technologies, we are towards digitalization. So as the era moving forward, we need to change our method or change our nature or change our norm to make e-wallet or using e-wallet as a norm for us. That's all from me.
Okay. Yes, Brother Safik, I want to give for suggestion. The first, your presentation is interesting, but will be better if you show the data, because we talk about economic, so that related about the data. So some data about the numbering of how many people using touch and go and so on. Maybe you can compare it with other e-wallet. And the second, Azim, is it Azim? Azim, your group?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can show again, not just delivering the presentation, but you can show what the big problem about e-wallet. This will be interesting. Yeah. Not just explanation about e-wallet. If just e-wallet, I think all of people, they know pros and cons. I mean, but the big problem, and then you can show the solution about what's that problem. That will be better for your next presentation, inshallah. Thank you. That's my suggestion, Mr. Safik and Mr. Hazim. Very good. Yes.
Thank you.
Right, so thank you to all judges for the questions and also the comments, and thank you for the group one for your presentation and the Q&A session just now. So big applause to them. Okay, right now let us move on to the second group from Institute Agama Islam Negeri Ponorogo, which are Mira Nur Aprilia, Lintang Kurnia Putri, and Lutfiana Eka Septiani. So the floor is yours. I would like to inform to judges that we have received a message from this group because they have some connection problem. So therefore, let us proceed to the third group, group 3, from also from Ponorogo, which is Rian Wiji Lestari, Nopi Ika Nur Hidayati, and Fadia Septia Putri. So the floor is yours.
Time. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone. Good morning. The class is from group 3, which consists of Fadia, Nopi, Fadia Seputri, Nopi Eka Nur Hidayati, and Rian Lestari from UiTM Ponorogo. I'm sorry, it's time to share screen.
from Ponorogo. Are you okay? Are you good? Are you ready? Maybe we can give them about 30 seconds to 50 seconds since the okay.
Okay, thank you. And in group 3, in about NLCT, and about this dollar currency, okay, thank you. The history of the dollar as an international currency. U.S. Central Bank, the Federal Reserve at the time, the U.S. economic leverage on England and became the large economy in the world. Indeed, at the time, England was still the center of world trade, and most trade was still conducted in sterling. When the most of the developed countries also align their currencies with gold, the great stability and currency trading. And the shifting the gold standard 3 years after the war, Britain which adhered to the gold standard to maintain its position as the world's main currency, was forced to borrow money. For, for the first time, the United States is the lender of just for many countries using to purchase bonds in US dollars. Britain finally succumbed to the gold standard in 120 and 2019, destroying the bank account of international merchant trading in sterling. The two World War II era in judged from the 44 away national made in Britain Wood, New Hampshire, and the US dollar officially the world's reserve currency, needing a place to store their dollars. A country started buying US currencies.
You have slide presentation, Sister Rian Wiji.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, I'm waiting.
Or maybe Sister Rian, you can pass your slide to the committee so then we can present for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay. Okay. In the next, okay, thank you. In the next, application of the dollar. Dollarization is another name for a policy called currency substitution. Scholar defines the currency substitution as something that occurs when residents of a country use a currency exchange visual together with or to replace the domestic currency. Dollarization occurs when the local currency becomes unstable and begins to lose its use as a medium of exchange in market transactions. Dollarization of often occurs in development countries with weak central monetary authorities or unstable economic environment. The use of the dollar as a currency is meant to avoid currency risk, interest rate differential, and excessive inflation rates. Okay, developments. Other development, the United dollar, yes. Okay. The reason for choosing to adopt the United States dollar as a world currency or reverse currency compared to the European euro and Japanese yen, as follow the USD is one of the currencies whose movement are relatively stable. United States gross domestic product is very less. The United States is a country with a very large military power. And for the United States was a very serious country in World War II. The United States was involved in the recovery of many countries because what they was by pouring out large amount of it into dollars. The politics and government of the United States are considered stable. Okay, next. Okay, in a condition today, Indonesia is one of the countries that use the dollar as a foreign exchange reserve. The position of Indonesian foreign exchange refers at the March 2023 was USD. As one of the emerging market economies, Indonesia is one of the countries that use the United States dollar the most in conducting foreign trade transactions as well as transaction and financial markets and industry, and one of the factors causing the weakness of the rupiah exchange rate against the US dollar was due the dependence to dollar. Okay, next. Okay, impact advance of dollarization, reducing risk and protection against inflation and deflation. Dollarization of foreign currency crisis and reduce the financial risk premium. Dollarization creates positive investor sentiment, globalization, and etc. Dollarization facilitates trade growth and reduce trade transaction. Dollarization can boost the global economy by enabling easier integrating of the economic into world markets. The two disadvantages of dollarization. Okay, next. Next. Okay, the dollarization. The dollarization is the process the US dollar as the currency for trading oil or the commodities, buying US dollar for foreign exchange, receive letter trade agreement and dollar asset. The dollarization is useful for achieving and maintaining monetary stability, import and export, market diversification, stimulate investment in rupiah, develop the domestic financial market, minimize economics and financial risk, strengthening economy for sovereignty and increasing regional and international growth. The dollarization occurs because the U.S. experienced a balance of payment deficit, making the U.S. dollar relatively volatile and sensitive to global issue. A currency that has the potential to replace the US dollar as a global currency, namely the euro, China's yuan, India's rupees, British pound, Japanese yen, and bridge currency Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South African and ASEAN local currencies. Okay, next. Okay, LCT atau or local currency statement is the settlement of bilateral transaction between two countries in each country currency. Settlement of the LCS takes place in the jurisdiction of the domestic countries in order to facilitate the implementation of the LCS through the opening of partner country currency account. In general, the domestic country banks decided by the authorities of the two countries are now and is different currency dealer or SCCD. Okay, next. Okay, in the next in my partner Fadia Septia Putri.
All goods and service trading activities between Indonesia and partner countries, TT ongoing, are incoming and LC import or export. All primary income transactions which include to all secondary income transactions which include. Next, investment between Indonesian LCS customers and partner country LCS customer with a min limit 10% equity interest. Next, loan between companies in the same. Next. One of the bank in Indonesia, the Syed is a bank that is included in the SCCD, Bank Mandiri, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, Bank PCL. Advantage of LCT is don't depend on dollar, can facilitate in conduction transaction between bilateral countries, reduce dependent on international transaction using the United States dollar, and increase economic strength. LCT transaction until the PBI, Bank Indonesia Regulation, and PIGG, member of the Board of Governors framework is still valid. Next, LCT challenge. The use of the US dollar is providing foreign exchange in several countries is still very dominant. So ASEAN needs cooperation to create a strategy to gradually reduce dependence on the US dollar. Next, LCT limitation. Threat to global tension and security, threat of economic sanction from the United States, data security threats such as card skimming, carding, and phishing, financial crisis, inflation, economic on partner countries, and the threat of a partner country currency devaluation policy that could affect the Indonesian economy. List of countries that are trying to reduce dependence on the dollar. First, People Republic of China. 2. Russian Federation. Next, Federal Republic of Brazil. Next, Association of South Asian Nations or ASEAN. Republic of China, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Islamic Republic of Iran and Europe. List of countries whose authority have implemented LCS cooperation relation is Indonesia, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, and Indonesia, China. Next is Nopi Eka.
Okay, thank you. I will convey about information regarding local country. The agenda for expanding local country transaction is interestingly being carried out so that other countries can also follow it. One of the innovation that was carried out was by discussing the expansion of local countries transaction at the ASEAN Summit, which was held in Labuan Bajo last month. Then Indonesia government is also conducting an analysis of what fiscal politics can support the information of local country transaction, so that they can both trade volume in local transaction member countries. It is hoped that the use of local countries in member countries of the local countries transaction can strengthen the country stability of the member country and the reduce
1 minute left.
dependence on the United States US dollar. Expansion of the local countries transaction can also be carried out in countries that are member of the UN. This this method is done so that local country transaction is not only applied to ASEAN countries but also to the Arab Union and others. The step is anticipatory strategy to maintain economic stability and neutrality of local country transaction member countries in the mindset of global economic challenge and ongoing conflict in the world. To achieve this goal, ASEAN will establish a tax force to establish produce for converting each member country local currency in intra-ASEAN financial transition. This will help increase economic stability and reduce risks caused by change in currency exchange rates. The Indonesia government is currently negotiating with Malaysia and Thailand, but it is done bilaterally. We can also use Chris to support this. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much to the group number 3 from Ponorogo.
Okay.
So right now, I will pass the Q&A session to the judges. So I open the floor for the judges to ask the question to the participants of our competition today.
Sorry, can I see the slide number 3 and 4?
Okay, in the history of the dollar,
Okay, while you are trying to retrieve the slide, my one question. Okay, your topic is LCT to the world. Okay, what does it mean by LCT?
okay, thank you. LCT or local currency settlement or LCT local currency transaction
Okay.
or LCT,
Okay. LCT
is the settlement.
Okay, LCT is local currency transaction. How about LCS?
LCS. Settlement. Okay, LCS or LCT is the settlement of bilateral transaction between two countries in each country currency. Settlement of the LCS takes place in the jurisdiction of the respective countries in order to facilitate the implementation of the LCS.
Wait. What is this? translation on LCS. What is LCS? LCT is local currency transaction, okay? LCS?
Okay. LCS or LCT. Formerly LCS, it is known as LCT.
So LCT and LCS is the same. Is the same or not? LCT and LCS?
Yes.
It's the same. LCT and LCS. If you're saying it is the same, I would suggest throughout your presentation or your video presentation, okay, or your slide presentation, you should use the same term, okay? LCT, or you want to use LCS. If you're saying that LCT and LCS is the same, because it is confusing. Sometimes you use LCT and sometimes you use LCS. Okay? And then your presentation should be, your introduction you should define what LCT. Group 3, can you listen to me? Can you hear me? Never mind, it's okay. That is only my my question. I pass to the other judges. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Okay, thank you. Actually, LCT and LCS is the same.
Your voice, Sophie, your voice. We cannot listen your voice, Sophie.
Okay, LCS is merger and transaction between countries are LCT.
Okay, for limiting time. I want to ask, Wiji, where is Wiji? Wiji Lestari. Are you there?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes. I want to ask you, Wiji Lestari.
Yes.
Rian. All right, you are Rian Wiji Lestari. Okay.
Yes.
Is using local currency among the countries because of ideology or just gaining big benefit? Which one? You just tell your idea without reading something. You just tell. You explain about dollarization the first time and the second de-dollarization. So after that, maybe the solution, very interesting, LCT, right? So using LCT here, local currency, is about ideology that we need to use our currency as our currency in trading, or for gaining big benefit, because dollar today, they have low in currency, not as before. How your opinion, Rian? Wiji Lestari.
Okay, thank you, Mr. LCT is a state agreement to carry out cooperation to stabilize the economy so that it's not dependent on the dollar, because the dollar is increasingly volatile and LCT can be insured at Greece and State Bank.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there any limit for LCT transaction? Hello?
Yes, Miss.
Is there any limit for LCT transaction?
Okay, thank you. In LCT, for a limit LCT, if for countries not yet able to implement all, and all of them, and there needs to be development. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the group 3 from Ponorogo. Thank you also for the judges for the question. So a gentle reminder to all participants and the finalists that will present today. You only have 10 minutes to do your presentation and 5 minutes for the Q&A session. The bell will be rang one time, indicates that there will only 1 minute left for the presentation, and the bell will be rang twice, showing that the time is up for the presentation. Okay, for the Q&A session, we have 5 minutes, not including the question from the judges. And last but not least, please make sure that your internet connection is stable before you're answering and presenting your idea today. Okay, so I hope that all participants can bear in mind all of these reminders. Okay, without further ado, let's moving on to the next group number 4 from Universiti Sains Islam Malaysia, Nurul Ain Sofia binti Nur Syamsi, Aina Insyirah binti Rosmadi, and Syamsul Aiman Muammar bin Syamsul Bahrain. The floor is yours.
Test 1 2 3 1 2 3. Can you guys hear me?
Crystal clear, very, very clear.
Right, good. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very, very, very good morning to the honorable judges and teachers, and also my beloved friends who attended today's program. So basically, today I would like to present to you, we would like to present to you about a presentation named Digital Currency, how far it can be applied in the world today. All right, our group consists in 3 students, which is me, and secondly, Aina Insyirah, and third, Ain Sofia. And we are from Islamic Science University of Malaysia, from Malaysia. All right, are you ready, guys? All right. First of all, inshallah, today we would like to discuss about the introduction about digital currency, the challenges, the effect and impact, and conclusion. All right. Okay, guys, what is digital currencies? All right. Okay. Do you see that? Do you see, guys? This is fiat currency, and fiat currency is quite different between fiat currency and digital currency. Okay, and digital currency are intangible system and born as decentralized platform using the technology of cryptography and blockchain. Okay, when we talk about digital currency, some of us think that there are only one type of digital currency, which is crypto. Instead of cryptocurrency, we also have central bank digital currency, which is, we call that CBDCs, which is the currency that launched by central banks of countries. As per a survey by the IMF, International Monetary Fund, over 100 countries are exploring CBDCs in the near future. The use of digital currencies are significantly useful today. It has potential to revolutionize various industries, even finance itself. However, every creation has their own flaws. Just like digital currencies, it has huge challenges and big risks for those who knows. And what are the challenges and the risks of digital currencies? Let us hear presentation by our flower today, Aina. Please welcome.
Okay, so today, as the title of our presentation is digital currency, how far it can be applied in the world today. In order to determine how far it can be, let's look the challenge and risk for digital currency. Okay, the first main point is security risk. Okay, security risks are closely intertwined with the challenge of digital currency. Okay, here are a few ways in which they are related. The first one is cyber attacks. So, digital currencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum operate on decentralized platform using blockchain technology. While blockchain itself is considered secure, the platform and exchange facilitating digital currency transaction can be vulnerable to cyber attacks. So, hackers can target this platform to steal digital currency or disrupt transaction, potentially resulting in financial losses for individuals and organizations. Okay, second, wallet security is the factor of security risk also, because digital currency wallets, where users store their digital assets, can be vulnerable to security breaches. So, if a wallet is compromised, the digital currency within it can be stolen or transferred without the owner consent. So, ensuring robust security measures such as strong password, two-factor authentication, and secure storage solution is crucial to protect digital currency holdings. Okay, phishing and scams also the factor of security risk, because phishing attacks is popular and very familiar into this world. So targeting digital currency users are prevalent. Cyber criminals may create fake websites and send fraudulent emails to trick users into revealing their private keys or login credential. Okay, so falling victims to such scam can lead to the lost digital currency holding. So, users must be cautious and verify the authenticity of website and communication related to digital currency. The second point is regulatory challenge. Digital currency often fall into a regulatory gray area as they do not fit neatly into the existing financial regulation. So determining their legal status and defining their nature, whether they are classified as currency, commodity, security, or something else can be challenging for regulatory bodies. This lack of clarity can create uncertainty for businesses and individuals operating in the digital currency space. Taxation also one of the factor in regulatory challenges. The tax treatment of digital currency is another regulatory challenge. Determining how digital currency should be taxed, whether as currency, assets, or something else, is complex due to their unique characteristic. So developing clear and consistent tax regulation that can be applied to digital currency transaction is a challenge for governments. Okay, the last factor for regulatory challenge is international coordination, as digital currency operate globally, transcending national borders. So coordinating regulatory effort across jurisdiction can be challenging, as regulation and approaches to digital currency vary widely. So harmonizing regulation and fostering international cooperation is crucial to address the challenge posed by the global nature of digital currency. Okay, I guess the last point for my challenge and risk is money laundering. So digital currency, especially privacy-focused one, can provide a certain level of anonymity. So this feature can be exploited by individuals seeking to launder money, as it makes it difficult to trace the origin and destination of funds. Criminals can use digital currency to convert illegally obtained funds into seemingly legitimate asset, so making it challenging for authorities to track and prevent money laundering activities. Cross-border transaction also one of the factor for money laundering. So digital currency enable fast and borderless transaction, making them attractive for money laundering purposes. So criminal can move funds across jurisdiction quickly, and enforcement agency to detect and prevent money laundering activities, as digital currency transaction can be conducted anonymously outside the reach of traditional financial institution. Last but not least from me, lack of centralized control also one of the point for money laundering. So it is because digital currency operate in decentralized platform, as Shamsul said, such as blockchain network, which do not have any central authority overseeing transaction. So this lack of centralized control make it harder to identify and regulate suspicious or illegal activities. Unlike traditional banking system, where financial institutions play a crucial role in monitoring and reporting suspicious transactions, digital currency may lack similar mechanism for detecting and reporting potential money laundering activities. So there are a little bit challenges and risks for digital currency.
Okay, now I will present on the effect and impact towards the individual or consumer, the society, the organization, and also the global. For the first one is the effect of digital currency to an individual. Digital currency provide quicker, less expensive compared to walk-in bank transactions, which might enhance the consumer adoption. This is based on David Rodek. Based on Dr. Norhaziah, the current generation is impatient when they are always want immediate results. They also want quick decision and quick action. So consumer behavior and transaction procedure could shift as a result of the adoption of digital currency. In determining how far digital currency can be applied in the world today, we also observe the impact towards the society. Digital currency in payment system may speed up and lower the cost of domestic and international transaction. Based on Jack Frankelfield, instead of economic middlemen, walk-in bank transaction, digital currency is one of the medium of exchange that is cheaper and also affordable. Due to that, it ultimately allowing more low income, which is B40, and rural families access to the financial system. The next one is the impact of digital currency towards the organization. As the nature of digital currency is virtual and non-physical, the users do not need to pay the utility bill, the rental property, and so on. Even digital currency might influence the nature of traditional bank or businesses but it will be a great opportunity for businesses to explore and adapt with the new emerging finance technology. As mentioned by Simon Brennan, digital currency will influence the specific features of bank operation like the current funding models, the composition of deposit base, the product pricing, and so forth. Lastly, the impact of digital currency towards global. Digital currency will increase the speed of border transaction and also increase the global GDP, which will give positive impact to all countries in the world. CDBC, as mentioned by Brother Shamsul, is the digital alternative for central banks to centralize the bank system in the country. CDBC has been explored by 130 countries, which is Caribbean and Nigeria has launched CDBC, while Australia, China, and India are still in the pilot testing process. Meanwhile, Malaysia is still in the stage of exploring CDBC. This depicts that digital currency will grow rapidly in the future as it affects the global GDP and also the increment utilization of CDBC. To conclude our presentation, I will pass to Brother Shamsul to present the conclusion.
All right, thank you, our two flowers. To conclude our title today, digital currency is borderless and applicable everywhere around the globe. You guys know the amazing fact that we need to know is 2010. On 2010, the price of a Bitcoin is 0.4 cent. But on 2023, the price of a Bitcoin is 136,000. So that's all from us. Thank you.
You are welcome and thank you to the fourth group from Universiti Sains Islam Malaysia. Therefore, that is the end of the presentation part. So right now we are moving on to the next part, which is a Q&A session from the judges. So I'll open the floor for the judges to ask the question to the participants. So the floor is yours.
Okay. I have one question. Okay. What is your advice to the public if digital currency will be launched widely in Malaysia?
Okay, the question is what is the advice to the society or citizen in Malaysia on if the CDBC is launched in Malaysia. So my advice is as we all know, digital currency is the finance technology. So I think the society must well known or acknowledge the knowledge on using the technology of digital currency. Other than that, I think that's all from me. I think that is my advice to the society. If Aina and Shamsul want to add, please welcome.
Okay, I will add a little bit more. Okay, as a student and a citizen of Malaysia itself, my advice is we are Malaysian and now we are leading to cashless campus mode. So as it goes as an cashless campus mode, the digital currencies can use in campus mode. That's all from me. Thanks.
Thank you. Very interesting, Mr. Samsul. Inshallah. What semester are you, Samsul? What semester are you? Samsul? What semester are you? What semester? What semester? Test. What semester are you, Samsul?
Semester 6.
Oh, semester 6. Nice. I want to ask you, Samsul and your two flowers, MashaAllah. You say that digital currency is one of the medium exchange affordable and cheaper. How can you say this one? Digital currency, affordable and cheaper. Is it right? And the second,
I can say
digital
that
currency
digital
is
currency is affordable
there
and
is not formal
cheaper
authority.
when the
Yes, yes. You can answer. Yes. Okay.
okay, sorry.
Yes.
I can say that the digital currency is affordable and cheaper because when the society instead of the people going walk-in bank transaction where they must afford the transaction cost, the transportation cost, going to the bank, and also the service cost in the bank itself. I think it will instead of that, a digital currency might be the I can say that that's why digital currency is more cheaper and affordable for people to use.
Samsul, how about your idea, Samsul?
In my opinion, the
Yeah.
digital currencies, right? The digital currency itself is one of the things that I found it has a wide accessibilities. Okay, so as we know, when we use the digital currency as cryptocurrency itself, Shiba Inu, XRP, even Bitcoin itself, when we use when we found that the digital currency is wide accessibility, so we have to, and we can use that to buy anything that we want to do, even in Shopee, even in anything platform that we have today.
So you not use ringgit anymore in Malaysia, if that affordable?
Maybe not.
Huh? Maybe not. Oh my God, that's problem. Big problem.
That's why I want to ask what is the impact of digital currency to our physical currency nowadays?
Right.
Smart student, thank you.
Okay.
Good idea, Samsul.
Right. Can I add something?
Yes,
Because we
yes.
found that because we found that the fiat currency have inflation that we can't avoid, but the digital currency itself doesn't have inflation. That so the coin or the coin in digital currency itself can be stable on somewhere.
I will discuss more, inshallah, outside of this competition. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Samsul. Nice, very good. You can show your idea, even not all is right. Okay, no problem. Good. One again, Aina. Where is Aina? Just now Sophie, Aina, and Samsul and Aina. Aina, where is Aina?
Oh.
Aina. So your answer.
I add okay, the volatility of digital currency, there is a pros and cons in the digital currency. Okay, so for the pros is digital currency increase competition because in the world today, the technology the rise of digital currency has introduced more competition into the financial sector. So it can increase, it can lead to the innovation towards financial sector. So the cons is there are more competition. Okay, that's for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that means the time is up. All right, so thank you very much to the fourth group from University, Sun Islam Malaysia, Nur Ain Sofia, Aina Inshira, and also Shamsa Imam Muammar. Okay, thank you very much for such interesting presentation. So let's proceed to the next group from the same university. From Universiti Sains Islam Malaysia, Muhammad Amir Danish bin Abdul Muttalib, Muhammad Akmal Ashraf bin Osman, Muhammad Nur Hakim bin Nur Azman. So I'll pass the floor to the fifth group.
Okay. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to Judge and all the participants. We from Group 5. Today we will discuss about the internet banking. Next slide. Before that, I would like to introduce our group members. First is Muhammad Amir Danish, which is me. Second is Muhammad Akmal Ashraf bin Osman. Third is Muhammad Nur Hakim bin Nur Azman. We all from USIM. Next. So, what is internet banking? Next. So, internet banking or online banking refer to the digital platform provided by the financial institution that allow customer to perform various banking transactions and activities over the internet. It enables customers to access their bank accounts, manage finance, and conduct banking operation without the need to visit to a physical branch. Next. So they are changing in era. So the first two internet banking was merged in mid-1990 and became mainstream in early 2000. Decade after decade, the era of internet banking has been continuously evolving to keep up with technology's advancement and changing customer preference. I can provide some of the trends and changes that were shaping and changing era of internet banking. So the first one is the contactless payment. As we know, making transaction without the need for physical contact between a payment device, such as nowadays we just using a card and a QR for a smartphone to make a payment. Next is the ecosystem partnership. So this involves collaboration between bank, fintech company, technology provider, and other stakeholders to create comprehensive and integrate digital banking experience for customer. And lastly, the regulatory changes. So the update and modification made to law, regulation, and guideline that govern the operation of online banking services. This to ensure the security, transparency, and fair treatment of customer engaging in digital financial transaction. Next. Next is the operation. So internet banking operation have continued evolve and expand to meet the changing needs of customer and investment in technology. I can give you an overview of some common internet banking operation. The first one is chat service. So chat service, some bank offer feature like remote check deposit, where customer can take photo of check and deposit them using the internet banking app. Next is the fund transfer. Customer can transfer fund between their own account to other account and even internationally using international wire transfer service. Next. Next is the benefit of internet banking. So the first one, of course, is convenience. Internet banking provide the convenience of accessing your bank account and conduct various transactions from your home, office, or everywhere with the internet connection. This eliminates the need to visit a physical branch and saving time and effort. Next is the reduced fee. Some banks offer reduced fee or incentive for online transaction, encouraging customer to use internet banking for various service. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Danish. My name is Muhammad Akmal Ashraf bin Osman. Today, I will present about the challenge and limitation of internet banking to the country and to the consumer. Okay, first, the challenge to the country is cyber security control in internet banking services. The point refer to an effort made by financial institutions to protect internet banking system from cyber threats such as cyber attack, data theft, online fraud, and service interruption. This challenge has a significant impact on the country as it involves financial security, data confidentiality, and public trust in the banking system as a whole. So the state can enforce law and pass regulation to protect consumer privacy in internet banking environment. Next slide. Okay, next to challenge to the consumer. So the challenge is understanding internet banking features and options for consumers. Internet banking offers a variety of features and options that can make it easier for users to manage their finance. However, a poor understanding of this feature can barrier a user ability to take full advantage on the service. Generally, the people that hard to understand about the features come from all people or people come rural area. So it is because maybe a different level of education and IQ thinking. So it's difficult to them to know about the features and options from the internet banking. So how to solve this problem is providing education on the use of internet banking to user more easier. Next slide. All right, next we move to the limitation of internet banking to the country. The point is imbalance with the conventional banking system or model banking system. This refers to the incompatibility between internet banking service and traditional banking transaction involving direct interaction with physical branch or other conventional banking services. Among this imbalance can be the limit for internet banking users is the trust and security and technology limit. Okay, the last one, limitation of internet banking for the consumer. The point is complexity in transaction structure. This limitation refers to the level of difficulty or complexity that user may experience when they make a transaction using the internet banking services. This can be a challenge or limitation that user face when interacting with the internet banking system in the process of conducting financial transaction. So example of the complexity are the registration and verification process and the technology limitation. I think that's all from me. I pass this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Hakim bin Razman. Okay, after we know the internet banking, the function, the challenge and limitation, I will explain a little bit about the innovation and the solution for internet banking. So for the innovation in internet banking, we can do by using biometric authentication and virtual reality and augmented reality. For the first one, biometric authentication, it is a technology that uses unique biological features, which is using fingerprint or Face ID. When we look at the current time, Face ID and fingerprint are using widely for the all people around the world. It can be used for doing for internet banking or open their mobile phone. So for VR and augmented reality, it can be used to create a immersive and interactive experience for internet banking customers. For the solution, we can suggest for the personal financial management tool or PFM and using chatbot. So the innovation and solution that can can be increased in security, improve convenience and personalized experience. So I think that's all from me. Next slide. So for conclusion, internet banking has transformed the way we conduct financial activities, offering unprecedented convenience, accessibility, and control. While it comes with its own set of challenges, the benefit it brings to individuals and businesses make it an integral part of modern banking ecosystem. As technology continues to evolve, internet banking will likely continue to shape the future of financial services and how we manage our money. So that's all from us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to the fifth group for University Science Malaysia for the presentation. So now we are moving on to the next part, which is the Q&A session. So I'll open the floor for the judges to ask questions to the participants.
Okay, thank you, Group 5 for the presentation. Could you explain further on the solution using personal financial management?
From what I understand, personal financial management tools the tool it can help customer to track their the spending. Customer can set the budget and save money. What I understand, FEM tools are the features that have in the internet banking. I think that's all.
Okay, so that can be solved to what's problem?
From what I understand, it can solve a problem for consumer who wants to set a limit on their financials, such as want to make a budget for their vacation or want to get something to make sure the financial or the money they have in the bank are not overused.
Okay, all right. So how you can solve for the technology limitation? Because some of the limitation is the technology, right?
Can you repeat the question, Doctor?
The limitation for the technologies, how you can solve that?
For technology, maybe the limitation from person that did not know to use the technology. So maybe from rural area because of the explanation about the banking system. So in my opinion, to solve this problem, the bank must be educate the people in the rural area to know more about the internet banking system, so that it will be solved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Group 5. Are you okay? Are you okay, Group 5?
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Okay, my sincere teguran. Okay, since this is an international competition, kan? Kita ni international competition, kan? And then I might suggest you kena ada corporate look lah sikit, boleh? Okay, rather than macam you baru bangun tidur, okay? So kalau boleh, we are in the international competition, pakailah smart-smart sikit kan. Semua ada muka dah, okay? Cuma touch up, pakai cantik-cantik sikit, boleh? Okay, Ashraf, Hakim, Amir, boleh? Ini macam nak tak nak ni, macam kena paksa ke juga ni masuk competition. Are you being forced?
No.
Tak okay. So next time lah kan. Next time kalau masuk lagi competition, okay? Alright. Okay, I just have one question. In your solution, you mentioned about chatbots. What is that? Can you explain on chatbots?
From my understanding, chatbot is a computer program, or we call in Malay, bantuan atas talian, maybe, or from what I understand, chatbot is a automatic reply by the computer from the internet banking.
Dia bukan chatbox BOX. I rasa macam chatbox tapi you all buat BOT. Tu I rasa I tersalah. Bukan chatbox Sebab kalau kita apa-apa from the internet banking, we have this chatbox. So we can chat adalah dia ada macam ada a little window that we can chat. Tak tahu lah, I takut I salah lah, sebab I macam tak pernah came across that term chatbots. I thought it is the chatbox BOX.
I think I also
You also don't not sure, is it?
Yes, but usually I also came chatbox.
Chatbox kan, BOX kan?
Yes.
Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Amir, Ashraf, Nur Hakim, congratulations. All right, and I want to suggest your title is very good, interesting, but you can add more when the information that we have know all about internet banking, internet banking, is it right? Internet banking, is it right? You can add the data until your presentation is interesting, not just you just add the data. How many people who use internet banking today in Malaysia or in the world? This is, I can suggest and improve your presentation. And if the title or the chapter that you take just description, I think all that just description, you take one of the problem, what the big problem today, like that. So not just description, is this description, we know all about internet banking. Actually we are in economic, right? We know about that, but very interesting if you take one of the problem about internet banking today, the big one. You can search in international journal or what, you can take that one. Until if pros and cons, until hereafter, until Qiyamah, we know about that. Okay. But the big problem, maybe specifically in Malaysia, it's okay, no problem. Yeah. That's my suggestion, Ashraf. Thank you. Yes. We continue to group. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much to the judges and group number 5 for the presentation for Universiti Sains Malaysia. So here we come to the last, very last group. From Institut Agama Islam Negeri Ponorogo, Mira Nur Aprilia, Lintang Kurnia Putri, and Lutfiana Eka Septiani. So without further ado, I invite you guys to present the presentation. So the floor is yours. Okay, so maybe we will wait for a few seconds for them to prepare the audio. Mira, Nur, Arpilia, Lintang, Kurnia, and Litviana, are you guys okay?
Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Can we use gadget?
Yes, no problem.
Langsung ya. Mulai video. Translator. Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning to judge and all participants. Now we will present the result of our discussion on foreign exchange. Okay. Share screen or PPT, please. Kamu berani ke sana? Okay, the application of currency in the world today. Next slide. Next slide.
The next slide, please.
Before that, let's introduce our member.
First, it's Mira Nur Aprilia, and second, Lutfiana Septiani, and the last one, Bintang Kurnia Putri.
We from student Syariah Economy, State Islamic Institute, Ponorogo. Okay, next. Foreign exchange transaction. In today's digital era, information is not only a source of knowledge in the education system, but it also becomes a commodity. Information technology is currently penetrating all aspects of human activity, including the economic aspect. Along with the development of information technology, alternative instruments have also developed for making payments. Then, currency and demand deposits both on a domestic and international scale. In this case, we will provide our opinion regarding foreign exchange, buying and selling transaction. Foreign exchange transaction means any transaction by which a currency is exchanged, converted, or traded for another or in ways which negotiable bills are done in one country to be paid in another country. Okay, next slide.
Okay, the next is background for foreign exchange. Transaction of buying and selling foreign currencies basically arise because of the need to convert one currency to another in international trade traffic. This is because every country that carries out international trading activities, example, export and import, will certainly need a means of payment, namely the currency of the country that is its trading partner, and each country has its own provisions and differs from one another in determining the type and value of its currency. Next slide. Okay, function of foreign exchange. First, exchange control to forex is very useful to compare the values of currencies between countries, or what we know as the exchange rate. Two, tools to facilitate international trade. The use of foreign exchange make it easier for each country to carry out trade activity between countries without the consist of currency, the use of being the means of change. Next. Okay, this is a highest currency value in the world today. And the next. Next slide, please. In the first 20 dinar and 2 Bahraini dinar, 3 Omani Rial, and 4 Jordania dinar. In the rupiah, it's in the slide. The development of the foreign exchange market in Indonesia itself is developing quite well, and it's able to support economic activities, especially those related to international trade and cross-border investment. Next. Foreign exchange in Sharia perspective. In Sharia principle, which are based on the norm of Islamic law, that the practice of buying and selling foreign exchange or alsar is permissible if it is carried out on the basis of mutual consent between the two parties and in cash, that their money not be in additional between an item of the same kind, gold with gold or silver with silver. However, if it is of a different type, such as gold and silver, or in current currencies, for example, rupiah and dollar, or vice versa, then it can be exchanged according to the market rate or market price, provided that it must be in the cash or spot. Next. Next advantage. 1. Transaction can be made globally without time and regular limits. 2. Transaction fees can be low. 3. And interest are decreased. The price of the currency can be used as an advantage if you are good at taking change. 4. The purchasing power of the investors can be exceed the amount of existing capital. Next.
Okay, next, negative effects. And one of the negative effects since today is on stock returns. If this a change, depress stock return will increase and this first. This is because if the rupiah weakness, the company foreign debt will also be higher, so that the company's profitability will also increase. Declining profitability will have an impact on the returns in the form of dividends that will be paid to shareholders. The next, please. Next, foreign exchange market. There are X1 data analysis, 2 online trade, 3 chat, 4 econ, 5 global economy, 6 trade, 7 banking, and the last one taxes. The next.
Yes, thanks.
Okay, thank you to the from Universiti Agama Islam Negeri Ponorogo for the presentation. And we open the floor to the judges to ask the question to the last group for this competition. The floor is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum, Group 2. Can you hear me?
Waalaikumsalam.
Can I know your medium of language, your medium of instruction is English or Bahasa Indonesia? Belajarnya dalam Bahasa Indonesia atau Bahasa Inggris?
Bahasa Indonesia aja lah.
Bahasa Indonesia. Jadinya congratulations lah kerana berjaya membuat video presentation and present in English. Ya, Group 2. Walaupun ada beberapa masalah ya, kesalahan dalam spelling. Tapi tahniahlah kepada para grup dalam Group 2 ni lah. Okay. Just one question, yeah, Group 2. You're saying about foreign exchange, right? Okay. Is it permissible, okay, from the Sharia compliance if we trade a foreign transaction online? Is it permissible from the Sharia compliance?
Can you replay, please?
Okay, my question is it permissible, okay, from Sharia compliance if we do the foreign transaction online?
Okay, wait. Boleh.
Oh iya, aku jawabin gini. Ini rasa di audio loh, aku bingung loh. We will answer. We will answer. Okay, thanks for a question. We will answer. This is permissible, provided that it does not violate Islamic Sharia. Online transactions are permissible according to Islam as long as they do not contain elements that can damage them, such as usury, injustice, fraud, and the like, and fulfill the pillars and condition is buying and selling.
But according to your slide just now, according to the fatwa, foreign exchange is only permissible when it is a spot transaction. You can refer to your slide just now.
Replay. Can you replay, please?
I'm referring to your slide. Okay, just now, there is a fatwa you mentioned there. Foreign exchange is permissible if it's a spot transaction in cash. So if online, it doesn't involve cash. So is it permissible foreign exchange online, or it must be only in cash? Tak apa, kamu boleh jawab dalam bahasa Indonesia, tidak ada apa-apa. Boleh saja kamu jawab dalam bahasa Indonesia, saya faham insyaAllah.
Siapa nih? Siapa nice? Sesuai kami akan menjawab menggunakan bahasa Indonesia sesuai dengan perspektif syariah dan prinsip syariahnya. Praktek jual beli mata uang asing diperbolehkan jika dilakukan berdasarkan kesepakatan bersama antara kedua belah pihak dan dilakukan secara tunai. Jika tidak ada penambahan antara barang yang sejenis, tetapi jika berbeda jenisnya seperti emas dengan perak atau dalam mata uang rupiah dengan ringgit atau dolar, kemudian dapat ditukarkan dengan harga pasar dan ketentuan harus tunai.
Oke, terima kasih.
Tulis data.
Okay, sister, I want to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, can you scroll the slide before the last?
The last, okay.
Before the last.
Before the last.
If the exchange rate depreciate, the stock exchange return will increase. What do you mean this one? After that.
Again.
Before.
Yes.
For this.
Yes, can you repeat the question?
The slide before this.
Foreign exchange market.
Before this.
Oh, negative effect.
Before this. Before this. Before this. Muter lagi. Terus.
Kan kono sing bagian mana?
Oh.
Before last slide ya.
The title of slide.
Mana ya tadi ya?
Can you spell the title of slide?
Ada. Saya pun nampak tadi. Ada.
Okay.
Saya nampak juga tadi.
Tak ada ni.
Slide yang ini ke?
Bukan, ada lagi.
Yang ada stock market tadi tu.
Ya, dengar lagi.
Yang sebelum ni tadi, yang negative effect tu.
Nah, ni negative effect ni kat sini. Betul, sudah sini betul.
Is this the slide?
Betul ni. This is a slide.
Negative effects.
Yes, this slide. Yes, yes, this slide. If the exchange rate depreciates, stock returns will increase. Can you explain this one?
Explain the negative effects.
No. If the exchange rate depreciates, stock returns will increase. You have written here.
Tak coba ada bukti. Ini orang video itu.
Come on, Liviana, can you explain?
Liviana.
Mohon maaf, saya jawab pakai bahasa Indonesia untuk para juri.
Coba, iya.
Mengapa ketika rupiah melemah, utang luar negeri perusahaan juga akan semakin tinggi? Hal tersebut karena dikarenakan ketika rupiah melemah, otomatis utang Indonesia pada luar negeri yang itu berupa dolar tentunya juga akan semakin tinggi. Contohnya, apabila rupiah pada saat ini 14.000, lalu pada saat rupiah melemah jadi 13.000, tentunya dengan utang yang sama, dengan nominal dolar yang sama, hal tersebut akan nominal dolarnya sama, tetapi dalam nominal rupiah tentunya hal tersebut akan semakin tinggi. Jadi utang Indonesia juga akan semakin tinggi.
Okay, thank you, Lutfiana. Can you explain in English? International competition.
Okay, wait.
Not local competition. This one.
Okay, wait.
Yes.
Okay, we will explain English language, and one of the negative effects seen today is on stock return. If the exchange rate depreciates, stock return will increase and vice versa. This is because if the rupiah weakens, the company's foreign debt will also be higher, so that the company's profitability will also decrease. Declining profitability will have an impact on return in the form of dividends that will be paid to shareholders.
Okay, thank you. The time is up.
All right, thank you very much to Darussalam group from Institute Agama Islam Negeri Ponorogo. So let us give big applause to all the participants from Group 1 until the Group 5 of this competition. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all judges and thank you to all participants. As the saying goes, for every beginning, there's an end. Much appreciation and thanks to the esteemed jury panel and the finalists who volunteered their time in today's session. The scoring result will be announced during the official closing ceremony that will take place at 3 p.m. today. We from FEM hope that all participants will be able to take advantage and also the knowledge gathered throughout this program, throughout this competition that have been held today. Well, I believe that we have finally come to the end of our session. We would like to take a group photo now with the panel of judges, finalists, and all participants, and also the committee. So I hope everyone can open their cameras to record this unforgettable moment. So let's go. Okay, you can turn on your camera.
Sana lagi dah chat. Aku timbul tenggelam ni. Saya tidak masuk.
Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, in 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next page. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much to all of you and wonderful smile today and this morning. Again, thank you very much for your presence. It was a very great day and wonderful morning with you all for this morning. May all my mistakes and shortcomings be forgiven. We close the program by reading Tasbih Kafarah and Surah Al-Asr. Therefore, all participants can scan the QR code that appears on the screen to fill out the Google form to record your attendance. So the link is provided also in the chat box. So I think that's all from us from FISM 2023 competition. See you in the next year competition and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, organizer.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, everybody.
And don't forget to participate and join the closing ceremony that will be held on at 3 p.m. today, okay? So you know who the winner for the presentation and who will win the quiz competition.